Joel did $2 million last year.
We teach people how to make things sound great. We've completely disrupted and changed the entire education market for audio. You know what?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna go crush it. So
Take my money.
Excuse my language. It's a waste of time to hire people that are good at what they do. I look for the best.
Hi, Joel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Joel did $2 million last year educating in audio. So can you explain us, please,
Yeah, so
what you're doing?
my business in audio is called Unstoppable Recording Machine. And what it is it's the world's largest online school for audio professionals in rock and metal. We basically teach people how to mix. So anybody who wants to record and create music. Most of our customers started off, they're in their bedroom. They're bedroom producers. So they're on a laptop making music, or maybe like playing guitar with their friends.
And then they're starting earning money on this, or?
So, you know what I mean? There's always a certain percentage of it that are. And we've had some great success stories with our students that have gone on to do, really tremendous things. But, our motto or our theme is, creating the next generation of audio professionals. Because what's happened in the online world, or just in the music world in general, is no one pays for music anymore. Everything is streamed. So record budgets used to be, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do a record. And now it's like, if you can get $20,000 to do a record. We sat down and we're like, how can we bring people the best producers in the world and mixers and, the top flight talent working on the biggest artists in the genre and the best artists in a way that's completely disruptive to the market. Because if you go to audio school, it's going to cost you $70,000, which is absolutely ridiculous, because you can subscribe and get way more realistic, real world advice that 10 times the value of audio school for $20 a month if you sign up for my service. So that's what we've essentially done. We've completely disrupted and changed the entire education market for audio. Our first level is called Nail the Mix, okay? And Nail the Mix is what I described, where they get
$20.
Yes, every month we have a different band and a different mixer, and we pick a song, usually something that's charted very well, that's very popular, and we have a different one every month. Now they also get two other things. They have something called Portfolio Builder, which are, if you're in an apartment, picture this, or like your bedroom recording, you can't walk into a world-class studio without paying a lot of money and record world-class drums. So you don't have access to good tracks. If you're recording, you probably don't have a lot of equipment. So the stuff that a lot of younger people are working with isn't very good. So for them to learn, giving them access to world-class songs that they can use in their portfolio, so you can actually show people what you could do with their band. Oh yeah, we do something called Mix Rescue, which is really cool. We have, so Nail the Mix, they mix a song done by a big band. Mix Rescue is where that mixer will then come and grab one of your songs, which for the kids, if you get selected, that's amazing. Imagine having your idol, someone that you look up to for your whole life, and then open up one of your songs and be like, here's everything that's wrong with it, and remix it for you on screen in front of your face. So we do that too. That's part of the thing. So we give an insane amount of value. Like I want to give somebody 10 times the value of every dollar that I try to take for them. So I'm going to give them $10 worth of value for every $1 I'm going to ask them for, because that way I know they'll stay with my company and they'll keep, because we're always trying to create more value for our customers. It's the most important thing.
So what's the next product?
Okay, so the next level is we do premium courses, which we usually sell for about $300, and we sell those on webinars, which is I love, because I get to do them, and I love selling things and high pressure sales. And so we use the ClickFunnels Perfect webinar. I converted about 23% somewhere in there, which is pretty damn good, I think. And then the last step on the value ladder that we have is our summit. Like I said, where people will pay us, it's $1,000 to $2,000 a ticket, depending on if you want to be regular or VIP status. And we fly them into like Orlando, or this year we're going to Las Vegas, and we do like a 5-day, or like 4 or 5 days of. We fly all these famous producers out, and it's like a ClickFunnels event. Just
how many people?
We had 200 last year.
200.
Yes. So so it's not something we do to make money. We do it because we can, if that makes sense. And it's awesome. And it's like being at a rock concert. The energy is so high, and it's your most passionate, hardest working group of people.
Is it the most premium product?
Yes, right now.
And you did $2 million last year, and how many clients in total it was?
I've got about 5,000.
5,000.
Give or take any month, because there's churn and retention versus acquisition, and depending on which band I have, I might lose a few people or I might gain a lot, if that makes sense.
And what is your traffic sources?
So I have to talk about how the company was started to answer that question, because it's changed, and the acquisition model is very, very important. So we started off with we had a podcast. Now, my partner, Joey, was the most famous metal producer in the last 15 years. So after the podcast, we weren't doing well. And I heard about a friend of mine, you know, and he was doing like $27,000 a month teaching mixing. And the thing is about my friend, no offense to him, he's a great person, very smart business person, but he's not, you know, he's kind of a beginner in audio. And I wouldn't, maybe not beginner, he's kind of like intermediate. You know, he hasn't done anybody famous. He's not like a big producer. He doesn't have any like real credibility, but he had a really famous YouTube channel. He had like 200,000 subscribers. And, you know, in audio, that's a lot. You got to understand. Even like the guitar players, you know, like getting to 1 million in audio is like, you know, no one's ever done it. Not yet, at least. So we were like, wow, well, we could do that way better than he's doing it. And we have credibility because we've all made it from nothing, you know, become very famous producers. So like, why don't we do this? So we made a different type of version of mixing because all of our people were like, oh, you should do something on mixing, do a course on mixing. Our idea was, let's make it live instead of something pre-recorded. Let's make a thing where you can sit down on the chat with your favorite mixer and he can be sitting there mixing and you could be like, hey, Dave from Canada wants to know, you know, how did you get your snare drum to sound? And he says, oh, Dave, blah, blah, blah. I did it like this. And here, I didn't explain this good enough. And Dave goes, wow, that's amazing. So that was really cool. So when we came out with this, our company went from 300 subscribers. I got 300 the next month, 300 the month after that, 500, 800. And we 10x'd in a year. We literally went from, you know, maybe like $30,000 in revenue to like $500,000 in over a year. And then the next year we did like $1.4 million.
Hey guys, if you want to create your own online course and sell your knowledge or sell someone expert's knowledge, we have a free masterclass explaining every step on the way to create your own online course and scale it to millions of dollars. We also give you the free PDF with the best niches to start. Just click the link below and see you at the webinar.
Facebook was a major way of advertising for us up until about a year ago, and then Facebook kind of changed the rules a little bit and the algorithms and kind of got crappy, so we started building up more on our YouTube for acquisition. I mean, at this point we own the market literally, so it's like almost everybody's heard of us. So it's gotten a lot harder to acquire new customers. So we focus more on ascending the customers up our value ladder that we do have and trying to increase their lifetime value by increasing the value that they get for the amount of money they're paying. We do a lot of Instagram stuff and Instagram stories. We do a lot of, you know, we do run a lot of ads, but we're working more on growing our YouTube style organic stuff, teaming up with different influencers and markets and, you know, cross promoting with different people. Because again, you know, because we're all producers, we know all the rock stars and all the band managers, so we know everybody, and some of these people have good audiences, so it's like if we have them on our podcast or whatever, so we use the podcast as an acquisition tool. Now it's free and it's just for awareness and top of mind, and if we have a producer we want to get them on, you know, it's harder for me to pitch them and say, hey, come on and do this, blah blah blah. It's easier like, hey, let's do a podcast, and they're like, cool, you know, we've had 2 million downloads in the last 4 years.
What is your marketing budget?
I mean, we don't spend more than a couple $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good margin.
We don't need to.
Good profits.
Yeah. I get mad if they do that because to me it's like, if I need to spend that kind of money because of the type of product we have, I'm just not creating enough free value in the marketplace. You know what I mean? Because that is a much better acquisition tool. Like when I go out and somebody asks like, how is this Nail the Mix program? Because I have a strong community. 200 people will comment on this like, you're literally stupid if you don't sign up for this. You would be dumb if you don't do this. It's the best thing ever. This has changed my life. Like that's what the comments are like. People are fanatic about it because of the community we built. So I don't really need to spend a lot of money on marketing because it doesn't really move the needle, if that makes sense. Like I can throw all, like last year we threw all these resources at everything and only grew by so much, and I'm like, okay, so instead of spending all that effort and time, let's just focus on the core fundamentals of the business and structure it more so it costs less to run it.
So your main marketing is your product?
Yeah, pretty much. And our reputations now, because like I said, we've gotten to that size. In the beginning we had to spend some money, but again, it was so organic.
Now, what is your dividend profit margin?
I mean, so I have 3 equal partners. So, I mean, I got to think about what the margin is on this. I mean,
the margin for your partners. Like.
Yeah, I mean, we split it by thirds. I mean, it depends on the month because we're an S corporation, an American S corp. You have to pay yourself a salary and then you have a distribution. So, I mean, I'm not going to say what I make. We do well, obviously, but
like 30, 40%.
No, I mean,
because higher because they have just.
But I don't know.
I mean, I got to do some math in my head. Like, I'm trying to think of what.
Hey, let's do it. Like, you have like a revenue in $2 million, so then you have like maybe.
I mean, we would probably get to keep I mean, after expenses, maybe like $1 million to $1.5 million, somewhere in between there.
Yeah,
Wow,
because
million
they marketing budget is so low. They
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
like
we don't.
20 or 30
Customer
$30,000
acquisition
a
cost
year.
is nothing. You know what I mean? It's very, very
Yeah,
low.
So, and the most expensive is taxes and your team.
Yeah,
How
pretty
many
much.
team members?
I've got 40 people,
Wow.
but they're all contractors. So I
and
have.
you have taxes for the salary, which are high.
Yeah, so for example, I have graphic designers in the Ukraine. They're incredibly affordable and they're the best. So the main team is actually only a few people, but I have a lot of people there to extend. Customer service, I've got about 4 or 5 people, but mainly it's me and my 2 partners, and then we have a marketing guy, Finn, who's, you know, I'll put it to this way. If we talk about psychometric profiling, this is something that's very important. My profile is, you know, I'm like the ultra aggressive salesman, go-getter, doer type. I'm not very organized. My partner ACCEL is like the mastermind, but he doesn't like go out. He kind of like sits in his dark room with black walls and a candle. Yeah, and he just comes up with these brilliant strategic marketing initiatives. Like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Here's how we're gonna acquire this, and I go and execute it. Then Joey, my other partner, he's a genius at tech, and he can build out all the stuff, and he's really good at strategic thinking. Like, the next big thing we need to do for our company to go and grow is this. He's great at that. So between all of us, you know, but those guys aren't very social, you know, so they send me out. So between all of us, we're in a very synergistic team.
And you sell mainly through the webinar?
No, I mean, Nail the Mix is just like, you see it, you're like, oh, cool, I can get, like, Bring Me the Horizon, very, very famous band right now. I can get Bring Me the Horizon with Dan Lancaster for audio people. They'd be like, oh my God, that's a big deal. So that's all they need to see. I don't need to sell them on anything. They just sign up, $19. Like, hell yeah, I want to mix Bring Me the Horizon, you know? The premium courses, because as you go up the value ladder, you have to do more sales, and you have to, because all sales comes down to certainty, right? I look at it like this. We only use webinars to sell the high ticket stuff. And then like the summits, we do a lot of one-on-ones. So one of the things that's for me is important is I do a lot of Facebook Lives in the community where I'll just sit down and I'll just hit the button and I'll just start ranting. I call it the rant zone. And I do a lot of like Gary V, Tony Robbins style life coaching and stuff. You know, I'll be like, what's bothering you? Where are you at in your life? And some kid will be like, you know, my mom doesn't believe in me. I'm like, great, when I started this, my mom didn't believe in me. And she used to say this and that. And I'll get all fired up and excited. And I'll sit there for 20 minutes yelling at the camera. And at the end of that thing, that kid is going to be like, you know what? Yeah. Yes, I'm going to go crush it. So
take my money.
well, I'm not selling him anything. He's already paying me. But, you know, I do it because it's helping that kid, you know, to have these people come up to me like at the summit and this and that. Every week I get, oh, you changed my life. You did this. It's the most rewarding thing. It's not about money anymore. I make enough money where I don't care about money. It's about impact, because I remember being a kid sitting down when I was like, you know, 20 years old in like my mom's basement, and I, you know, just got out of college and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music. I didn't want to do what my parents wanted to do. My mom didn't support me, but my dad did. And it was really frustrating for me because like all I wanted to do was music, and I had to find my own path. And like I quit my $50,000 a year computer programming job, you know, with benefits and stability, you know, I want to just play in a band and be a rock star and like record bands. And I don't care. I just want to do music. I didn't care.
Hey guys, if you want to start your online course and scale it globally and earn millions of dollars, but you're hesitating, you don't know which experts to market, you don't know which niche to start, we have a free consultation for you. Normally a consultation with this expert costs around $200, but we give it for you for free. Just press the link below, fill the form, and see you at the consultation.
Which systems do you use for your school? Like ClickFunnels?
Once they're there. So ClickFunnels is just the front end. WordPress and our website is the back end with like, I think there's a plugin for, I can't remember the name, for like course taking, there's, you know, and stuff like that. So it's a very complicated thing. And then we do, you know, like MailChimp for email targeting and all these things like that, and mailing lists. And then we have, you know, all the pixeling and Facebook ads and other methods of, you know, retargeting and acquisition.
What is your plan for this year?
This year, well, I just, we were talking about this earlier. So I've actually, you know, I have some other companies that I'm building and stuff like that. I have something I, you know, want to try to take to 50 to 100 million. That's my next like 2 to 3 year goal. So I have a power team there. I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm trying to grow. I guess we'll stay on this specific business right now, because you know, I also have the software company and things like that. But so I've got very ambitious plans. But the one that I'm doing right now, I want to take this company. So we built this thing. We know these famous YouTube people. We're like, why don't we take this to this amazing vocal coach? You know, look, we know how to build, you know, a multi-million-dollar company. You know how to sell and teach people how to sing. You know, you're the best at that. So why don't we just take your star power and our business skills and turn this into a 7-figure company? And then why don't we bring that over here to guitar? And why don't we bring that over here to drums? Why don't we bring that over here to here? So we want to horizontally integrate. I want to start doing B2B. So for example, like, you know, I know how to build a community, and to the point where Facebook actually contacted my partner because we have one of the most successful communities in terms of engagement. And he's on like some crazy Facebook panel. They flew him to Germany, LA. And he goes out and like with some mastermind with like all these people that have like, you know, like cancer survivors, where there's like 2 million people in this group, and it's like a support group. So he like tells Facebook and talks about things that
you can create course how to create a
community. Yeah, I want to take this to all the colleges, you know, and things like that. So, you know, business to business solutions. There's a lot of things we'd like to do in this business to grow it.
And what is the geographical split of your clients?
I mean, I think we're in over like 70 to 80 countries across the globe. I mean, sometimes in countries you would never even expect, like Botswana. Like, there's people that record bands.
Real international.
Yeah, so it's cool for us. A lot in India, you know. It's cool because, again, you meet people from all over the world, and it's like, you know, to be able to cross cultures and languages like that.
Yeah, it's so impressive that online schools allows you to be really international.
You can make friends with somebody who lives 6,000 miles away from you.
Yeah, and you can live in any country. You can do any country of the world.
Where do you live right now?
I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sometimes in Moscow. Over all the summers, I'm always in Russia.
And you have 3 kids.
I have 3 kids, and they are a lot of work.
How many hours per week you devote to your online school?
Well, now probably like 2 or 3
hours a week.
Now, yeah, but there was a time when I was 90
and
hours a week.
Making like $50,000 a month.
I do well, you know. So yeah, it's you know, I've gotten to the point now where I've scaled it out, where all I have to do is, you know, I spend, again, because I have multiple companies, I spend all of my time on the phone making deals. Because now we're taking all of our companies, because Joey has a huge software company. I think he does like $1 million. I have a drum, like a instrument, different type of software company with him. And that one's in the hundreds of thousands. So it's like all day I'm on the line. When I go to a producer, I don't just say, come on, nail the mix and work with my one company. I'm like, let's do some plugins over here. Let's do drum stuff over here. Let's do educational stuff. And I offer them the whole package. So we're kind of actually considering merging all of our companies because we use all of our assets now together synergistically.
So you're a serial father and serial entrepreneur.
Yeah, like you gotta crush life. You know what I mean? If you're not doing something if you don't wake up every day and you're not like, fuck yes, there's something wrong. You're not doing the right thing. You're really not.
Hey guys, if you like the video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments asking questions and endorsing us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So energizing. Thank you.